Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is going to be week 4 of the ADL. So far we are 2-1, and so it's going pretty good. That one was a bit of a throw, so overall I'm feeling pretty good. Our team is proving to be pretty solid. This week we are going to be up against, I'm going to say, Mega Metagross even, Roaring Moon as the two Ubers, Zeraora, Enamorus, Thundurus, Glimmora, Seismitoad, Slitherwing, Mimikyu, and Ninetales. So obviously there's like a Sun Core with Ninetales plus Slitherwing plus Roaring Moon getting a pretty good sorry, that was a message. A pretty good Sun boost from the Photosynthesis, as well as the very scary Zeraora. However, actually, to be honest, I'm not that scared of Zeraora because we have pretty good answers in Thundurus, Therian, and Nidoqueen, both. Roaring Moon is very scary though. It has it's just one speed below Arceus, so that's pretty alright. But obviously it can be boosted by Photosynthesis, it can do a lot of damage, so that's worth noting. Mega Metagross also honestly isn't that scary in my opinion because Arceus kind of just eats it up. I don't think it brings Earthquake. It can't really because of Rillaboom, so yeah, I don't really know what it'll do against me. Maybe Rock Slide, Stone Edge, or maybe even I don't remember if it gets high horsepower, but yeah, something like that. And that's honestly not as scary, but yeah, something to look into. And honestly, if he brings Ninetales, I think that's a win anyway, because that's a Ninetales that's on his team instead of maybe a Glimmora, Seismitoad, etc. Obviously, as well, Glimmora is on the team, and we want reliable. The thing about Glimmora though is that we want removal, but it doesn't have to be reliable, because Glimmora kind of specializes in setting up hazards once and then dying. So yeah, and of course there's the Enamorus with the contrary superpower, but honestly I'm not too scared. We have pretty good answers into that. So let's begin our analysis of the team. Up first we got Xenos, the Latias rocking the Choice Scarf again, Levitate, Defog, Draco Meteor, Shadow Ball, Healing Wish. Shadow Ball is just really good into his team, and I really wanted to hit Mega Metagross pretty well, as well as hitting basically everything pretty decently. Nothing apart from Roaring Moon resists Shadow Ball, I believe, looking at this team. So yeah, Draco Meteor is obviously there to beat the Roaring Moon, as well as just also be spammable into everything, and Healing Wish is there to restore health of Arceus. As we'll see, we're not running Recover this week. Max Speed to Speed Tie Mega Metagross after Knockoff, I believe. You know, I don't actually need to do that anymore because of Knockoff distribution being much lower, but I'll look at, no, actually no, Zeraora gets Knockoff. No, sorry, we're using Natdex move pools, so yes, I do need Fear Knockoff. So yeah, Max Speed Latias to Speed Tie with Metagross. Moving on. Next we got Queen of Thorn, the Nidoqueen with Life Orb, Sheer Force, Modest, and Max HP. I don't really need to outspeed anything, so might as well be bulky. Earth Power, Ice Beam, Stealth, Flamethrower, and Stealth Rocks. This basically hits everything really good, except for maybe an Assault Vest Seismitoad, but honestly, I don't know what Assault Vest Seismitoad does to me. It's just really good stabs and rocks. Rocks are pretty good in this game. He has Roaring Moon, Enamorus, Thundurus that love to switch in and out, as well as Zeraora. Sure, he gets, yeah, and also Slitherwing gets punished for coming in and spamming First Impressions. This guy is just really here as a defensive check to, as well as an offensive check to Zeraora, Enamorus to some degree, even though it gets Earth Power, and you know, I think even Glimmora, to be honest. So it should be good. It even answers Slitherwing, to be honest. It's pretty good mon this week, so Modest it is. Next up we got Thunder's Therian, rocking the Rocky Helmet, Volt Absorb, U-Turn, Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, Grass Knot. This thing can beat Zeraora, obviously, because it's immune to its electric type attacks. It can take a lot from Play Rough, but I think I can do equal amounts of damage with Dark Pulse. Grass Knot is for Seismitoad, and Dark Pulse is just also really good into Metagross, and just neutral damage into a lot of stuff. But Thunderbolt is the main thing, obviously. And Rocky Helmet is there because he has a lot of physical attackers with a lot of contact. So Superpower Enamorus, for example, U-turn on Roaring Moon, even Crunch and stuff. It probably won't kill me, so I get like 2 chips of Rocky Helmet, which is pretty good. And of course the Metagross can't really touch me apart from with Zen Headbutt, which is alright, but it's not very free into my team, and you know, it's not Bullet Punch, for example. So if he Bullet Punches me and gets punished for it, then that's nice. Regardless, they're all contact moves, basically, is the thing. Next up, we got Eternal Kingdom, the Aggron. So we got Body Press, Fire Punch, Curse, and Rest. Basically, Curse can let me set up and boost my Body Press and my Fire Punch, but I believe Fire and Fighting is perfect coverage into his team. Is basically, yeah, it's perfect coverage into his team, so that's why I chose it. Not much more needs to be said. It was actually kind of hard fitting in stuff that can take on stuff like Slitherwing and Zeraora, for example. But yeah, I found a type combination that works pretty well. Curse is nice to set up, and Rest is there in case like I sit in front of like a Glimmora or something like that. But really, it's just a free slot. I think after a certain amount, I forgot if I forgot why I put Rest, to be honest. But I think after enough curses, I can probably sit in front of certain mons, and I think that's probably why. Next up, we got Divine Flame, the Arceus, Judgment, Earth Power, Taunt, and Will-O-Wisp. So this is actually a special Arceus this week. Max speed to outspeed Roaring Moon. This is a special attacker. I just thought setup isn't that good this week with like Priority and Prankster Thunderwave and stuff like that. So, and Seismitoad is really annoying when I'm trying to think of like a stab combo that hits everything well. But I think special is better here, mainly because of Metagross. And also to break past Enamorus, for example. But this is kind of a lead Arceus. This is my lead because I want to stop Glimmora. So Taunt is really nice into Glimmora to stop hazards. Also being a special attacking one, I don't trigger Toxic Debris. I can destroy Slitherwing in one hit if it's no HP. It's just a really good lead. And of course Will-O-Wisp, there's so many physical attackers. Honestly, nothing on his team appreciates Will-O-Wisp except for Ninetales. And Ninetales I don't think is coming, and if it's coming, it dies to Earth Power, so that's good for me. Honestly, Earth Power is mainly just for Glimmora and nothing else, because Judgment actually does more than Earth Power to Roaring Moon, for example, even though it resists. Lastly, we got our Sweeper, Cash Money, the Blastoise, White Herb, Torrent, Shell Smash, Surf, Ice Beam, Protect. It's your standard Shell Smash Sweeper. His Water type doesn't resist Ice, so Water Ice is perfect stab into his entire team. Protect is there to stop a Slitherwing's banded first impression to try and knock me out, is the only thing. And maybe, yeah, basically that's the only reason it's there. Alright, time to get into the battle. Alright, we're here at the battle. As you can see, Slitherwing comes, basically everything expected comes. A Zeraora doesn't come, but that's honestly a good bring by my opponent because Zeraora was walled by everything on this team. On my team, basically. No Seismitoad is really nice for me, so that's good as well. And of course no Ninetales, so no Photosynthesis shenanigans to deal with. So we're going to start now the battle. I lead Arceus Fire, as I said, and he leads Roaring Moon. He U-turns out. Here Will-O-Wisp is completely free. Nothing wants to eat a Will-O-Wisp. So I just get it into Glimmora. Will-O-Wisp into Glimmora, which is great for me because if it's Sash, then I break the Sash. If it's not Sash, then, well, it dies to Earth Power next turn. So here comes the Earth Power. He actually reveals to be faster and does pretty good damage into me, 54%. So he's Choice Scarf Glimmora. That's good to know. But it doesn't really matter anymore because immediately Earth Power just comes out and it just dies. Next comes out Roaring Moon again. I switch out into Thunderous Therian because I expect another U-turn just to punish it a bit, and also I don't think it can do much to me. It might do an Earthquake, for example. Here comes Metagross. It goes for Power Punch. This is actually illegal in this league, so yeah, basically this is an illegal move, but we'll see what happens because of it. He gets an attack boost, but he gets hurt by Rocky Helmet. Honestly, this is better for me that he used Power Punch because he actually gets chipped probably more than he would have if he just hit me with 2 Rock Slides, for example. I go for Dark Pulse here. He actually goes for Zen Headbutt now, and actually gets chipped down to 4%, which is so good for Thunderous Therian to do. I don't really need it this match, so I kind of have it here to wall Zeraora and break past Seismitoad, and none of those are here. So I can happily sack Metagross. Sorry, sack it to Metagross to accomplish this, and I go down. I decide to go into Latias. It's the most reliable way to finish this thing off, and I go for a Scarf Shadow Ball, knocking it out. He actually takes this opportunity to go back into Roaring Moon. I know that he's probably going to go for a Dragon move or Dark move, so I just went to Arceus to figure out what's going on. It is Crunch, because it definitely wasn't going to be Earthquake, so that's why I went into Arceus. And because I know he is Choice Scarf, given how that he's faster than me, I decide that Aggron is free. So I just go into Aggron, take nothing, and then make it evolve, and then I believe set up a curse as he goes into Thunderous. So Thunderous now goes with Thunderbolt, does 34% on the first time, as I Fire Punch and do a lot of damage. And then you see I'm at 40%. Unfortunately, the second Thunderbolt kills me. So it turns out the first one was a low roll, and this was just max special attack EVs, but timid. So plus speed nature, Thunderous. So now this is a Nidoqueen switch in. I don't think it can do anything to me. I think it gets Psychic maybe, but it won't live. It won't kill me because I'm max HP. So this is just a free, I believe, Ice Beam. He goes into Enamorous. I get Stealth Rocks up actually. I forget about that. But yeah, Stealth Rocks is free there, because why not? And I get to punish all these flying. There's no more rock resist basically on the field. So he sets up Sezatu, as I just go for an Ice Beam, because Ice Beam is free. There's no reason for me to not go Ice Beam again. He goes for Body Slam. Interesting set, so he's probably Superpower physical. But, you know, I get paralyzed and that's unfortunate, but I still get it. I get killed by Slither Wing, that's fine, as I go into Zenith and just Healing Wish. This is actually really useful because he goes for U-turn, which is really useful information for me, because now I know he's not choiced. So that's quite cool. Divine Flame comes back in at full health. I love Healing Wish Latias. Honestly, Healing Wish is so good in Ubers. Just worth pointing that out. Has carried up me a lot. Here comes Judgment, just destroys it, deletes the Slither Wing, proving that it's not max HP, because max HP had a chance to live actually. It was most likely not max HP. Max HP was probably like max attack, max speed. So yeah, now we see Roaring Moon come in, and I switch on to Blastoise here because I believe he's going to go for either an Earthquake or Crunch, and Crunch has a chance to a KO, but if he's locked into Crunch, I think I can still beat him. But I believe he's going to go for an Earthquake here because he's choiced and I have no ground resist left, and he might just throw here. Here comes Earthquake. Indeed, he does do less than 50%. So Cash Money gets to live another Earthquake as I set up Shell Smash. Here, actually, for a second, I thought I threw the game because I thought like, oh wow, Protosynthesis, Choice Scarf, Roaring Moon actually might outspeed me at +2. I completely forgot because I built this team like nearly 2 weeks before I actually played it, that I EV'd this specifically to outspeed Choice Scarf, Roaring Moon, so that's great. Ice Beam now just kills Roaring Moon, and Thunderous comes in and also reveals to be Boots, so that's great, and I just kill this thing. I was kind of fearing like Prankster Thunder Wave into Thunderbolt maybe, but then Arceus is at full health in the back, so yeah. So that's the game. Pretty good win for us at 2-0. And Blastoise finally got to Shell Smash and do something pretty cool, apart from that Palafin situation last time. Yeah, so that was a pretty good game for us. Nice game, and yep, see you guys next week.